It begins. Oh shit, hold on. Uh-oh. The fuck? Hold on, how are you not recording my... Hang on. I forgot to unmute the mic. Load, new. Load, new. Just checking the sync. Let's try that one more time. Load, new. Load. God damn it. It's off. Let's try that then. Options, load. Options, load. Options, back. Hold on. Perfect. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get this fucking streaming stuff sometimes, man. Man, I tell you what, I never understand some of this stuff sometimes. I tell you what. So, I guess just to start this off with, like... Oh, let's start the cutscenes first. Yeah, I should have space. If I don't, oh well, I don't really care. Don't hurt me any. So I guess to give kind of like some background... I should probably get rid of those black bars while I'm at it. That's not the one I want. That's not the one I want either, apparently. Nah, it's fine. How long does it take to make a fucking save file? About goddamn time. So, I guess I'm going to give a little context as to why Jack. Why am I streaming today in general? I'm doing it today because I don't know why, but like a part of me just wanted to do it. Like for some reason, like last night, I was like, I should stream Jack. I've been playing a lot of Jack recently, and I kind of want to play it. And then, I think it was yesterday itself, actually. So, going back in time, I actually had Jack 1, 2, and 3 physically when I was younger. And then Jack 3 fucking broke. That was cool. It broke to the point where I couldn't even go through the desert properly without the game saying, like, hey, the game's broken, you need to fix this. And I would just keep pulling through the best I possibly could to get through it, even if the game was, you know, broken and breaking and what have you. And that was back when I was like, I say a kid, but I was like a teen. I don't know, anywhere from like 14, who knows. I had the Jacks and I had the Ratchets back when I was growing up because my friend, not the one I do YouTube with, but a different friend at the time, was selling his PlayStation 2, and he figured he was not going to get much money back from the games, so he just gave them all to me, which is pretty fucking sweet. And then, like a fucking idiot, well, he did say, like, you do whatever you want with them. You could sell them, you could do whatever you want, I don't care. Like a fucking moron, I had all the games, and I played them, and my brother played a bit of them. He liked Jack 3, that's his favorite. We did have Jack X, though. I didn't get Jack X until, like, at least a few a good few years ago on PS4. The first time I got to play that. So, yeah, I beat like Jak 1, Jak 2, Jak 3. My brother played a bit of them. He liked them. I played, my Ratchets. I beat them. And eventually I decided to, for some reason, sell most of those games. And then Jak 1 was, of course, included with that. I don't know what happened to Jak 3. I mean, it was broken, so probably threw that bitch out. I don't know. Anyway, that was a long time ago, so I got rid of them because I was like, oh, I'm done with them. We got the PS3 HD collection, so I'm gonna get that, and then I'm just gonna get rid of Ratchet and get rid of my physical copies of Jak. And then, of course, back then, selling games was like pretty cool at the time. I was like, oh, I could sell games and then just not give a shit. And then I grew up, and then for some fucking dumbass reason, I started to be somewhat of a bit more of a collector. Not like a full throttle, like, oh my god, I gotta have like the mint condition of like Jak 1 copy. No. I just want the games physically so that way I can just not have to worry about the potential chance of digital going to shit in the future, which, there's been some times where things have happened with that. But on top of that, like, I don't know, it's cool having them physically, and then I decided to recently buy them again. And, because I've had Ratchet 1 for a while. I rebought that a while ago, and then I just recently I went to a game store and I found Jak 3, and I'm like, alright, fuck it. I gotta get my collection back. So that's what I did. I bought Jak 3, played all the way through it again, fucking loved it again. And then, I just decided to buy Jak 1, 2, and then Ratchet 2, because I also had, I bought Jak 3 and Ratchet 3 that same day. I bought those two at the same time, because I saw both of them. They're relatively decent price. Like $15 some for them. And I was like, yeah, fuck that, I'll take it. And, haven't looked back ever since. And by the way, I do want to say, just in case anybody that's ever watched my Ratchet stuff, if you think for some odd reason that I just completely despise Ratchet 3, that's not the case. I don't despise Ratchet 3. I think Ratchet 3 is a good game. I just wish that it was a bit more platformer, I guess. I mean, I understand, like, the point of the game originally was, like, a multiplayer thing going on there, and then they made a game, so, as far as I'm aware. But, yeah. Ratchet 3 is still pretty good. Ratchet 2, man, it's worked its way up, I will say that. It definitely has proven itself to be a better game than what I used to think of it, because I used to really hate that game. And then, nowadays it's just like, it's okay. But I still like Ratchet 1 out of the original trilogy just because of its simplicity and just the fact that it feels like a bit more of a platformer. And then TOD kind of brought that back. But TOD, man. Oh, I used to like that game a lot. That was like my favorite Ratchet game. And then I don't know, something happened. It just soiled itself, I guess, and I just said, fuck this. So anyway, I guess back to the topic of Jak games. When I was growing up, like, watching my friend play Ratchet 3, I was like, oh, shit, they have TNT boxes just like Crash. And I remember, like, he gave me a look of, like, I'm like, oh, fuck. You mean to tell me, like, there's, like, because back then I didn't know that game companies could make more than, like, what they've made before, So my dumbass thought that Ratchet was made by, like, the Crash people. And then I come to find out that, no, that's not the case. They made another game called, well, Jak and Daxter. And then, of course, Insomniac saw that concept and we're like, let's do the same thing, except, we'll stop with Spiral, we'll do the same thing, we'll do our own thing, Ratchet and Clank. And thus, two fantastic franchises were born. And then, of course, Sly included in that roster. I guess just to cover my Sly games real quick before I talk into Jak. Sly 1, love it. Great game. It's kind of Crash-like, which is why I like it for. It's really cool. It's got a lot of Crash elements to it, like, time trial stuff, and just the idea of the horseshoe being like a life system that works somewhat in tangent in the same way that Crash with Aku Aku does. And then, hold on, I thought I saw something over there. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm playing on PS2, so it's going to look a lot, technically worse. I don't really care. I'm just glad I get to play the game again. I'm playing on a component, so that's probably not helping much, to be fair. Probably makes it look worse. At least on my side, it seems like it does. I don't really give a shit, because, like, it's still a pretty cool game, so. Yeah, Sly 2, absolutely fantastic Sly game. No doubt about it. There's just, you know, it's a really good, solid fucking game. It's got the best. It's got the best of all the shit. What's the word? Best of the Sly stuff, and then Sly 3 don't really care much for it, and then Sly Decent Time don't care much for either. Now, as for Jak 1, back then Jak 1 was my favorite. I had this big, huge thing with Jak 1. Like, this is gonna sound fucking surprising, and there's no proof of it though. I don't think you could probably find any proof anywhere, because I think it's just gone. But because I think I did it on Twitch a long time ago. I used to speedrun Jak 1, and that was years ago. And by speedrun, I mostly mean, like, I didn't know much tricks. I didn't know much stuff. I think I beat the game in, like, maybe 2.5 hours at best. I didn't know, like, any, like, crazy, like, speedrunning tricks. I just kind of just played through it. And that was that. That was, like, a long time ago. And then, now it's been, like, years, and here I am just playing the game again, trying to remember where things could potentially be. Yeah, what the fuck was that noise? I heard something bustling and rustling around. That was weird. But anyway, so yeah, Jak 1. You know, I used to praise Jak 1 to high heaven, because I used to think, like, this is it. You know, this is peak Jak. And then, cause like, what's funny? Then eventually I played like Jak 2, and I'm like, oh my god, you know, like the story of it's like really good. Like, it's really phenomenal. I love the twist ending thing, you know, that they have. I love the direction they took with it. Everything was so cool about it. Except I didn't really care much for the GTA aspect, which still kind of holds true now. I still, you know, nowadays I still kind of hold Jak 2 in a little lesser regard. I used to even say that one after a while was like my favorite, because like I had this weird thing with 2s being my favorite. Uncharted 2, Crash 2, and then of course that one. And then it switched to Crash 1, and now it's basically still Uncharted 2. And then for Last of Us, it'd be just Last of Us 1. And then, for Jak, it's changed. Changed to Jak 3, actually. So, yeah. And then, when I was younger, when I first played Jak 3, I didn't really care much for the desert stuff, right? I was like, oh, this is kind of boring. It's just too much. You know, the pacing's kind of shit. But the guns are cool. And then eventually, as I've grown up, in, like, recent years, I've changed completely to say that, yeah, Jak 3 is just fan-fucking-tastic. Like, there's no denying it. Like, I feel like even if you gotta do all those shitty desert missions quite often, they're not really to the point where it's horrid. The worst part about the desert is the damn sand sharks. And if you guys know what I'm talking about, you know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. To put it in perspective, I guess, for those that might not know, is, talking about the cars that chase you down. I'm pretty sure they're called sand sharks, if I remember correctly. And, yeah, they're dickheads. I hate them. Because, like, they'll run into you, and you'll just go flying off, you know, across the desert and shit. The driving is the part of the game that I'm not really, like, the biggest fan of when it comes to Jak 3. I don't think it's bad, necessarily. I just honestly think that, like, it could have been worked a bit better. Because, like, when you're driving on just the regular road, even trying to drive straight, all of a sudden your car just starts to move and starts to, you know, tilt around. You're about to fall over. But other than that, the guns are fantastic. The powers are pretty cool. You get the guns really fast, and it for a long time, even now, I still prefer it over 2. However, there's a lot of things I want to talk about when it comes to 2, though. A lot of things I want to talk about when it comes to 2. Even though 2 had less guns, there's still merit that needs to be talked about, and I'll talk about that soon. I'm not gonna go into the whole detail of like the GTA and why they made it GTA thing, but yeah. So back then I didn't really care much for the desert. Nowadays it's like, God, I honestly like the desert aspect of it. And then just the amount of content that you have, you know, a lot of guns, a lot of basically new worlds to play in. You know, it's so cool. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for that. Also, a dead giveaway for whether or not this game's made by Naughty Dog is the obvious Piranha Plant thing. Not Piranha Plant, but, you know. Manager Plant? I forget they're called in Crash. So, forget my mistake of not remembering what the fuck Crash enemy was called again. So, moving on. Jak X. fantastic fucking racing game. When I first played it, I didn't like it. I thought it was just kind of like, it's not for me. I don't really care for it. It's a little too difficult. I don't want to play it. It's like Jak 2 in that regard, of just being a little too difficult and a little annoying. Which Jak 2 still has, by the way. But Jak 2 definitely went up recently for me. I definitely still like it again. It just took me until I became an adult to actually really understand the meticulous amounts of work and passion they put in these games. So, yeah, Jak X. Well, my brother decided when he bought it, he's like, all right, I'm going to go buy me a copy. It's on PS4 now. And he bought himself a copy, and he played it, and he platinumed it. I'm like, fuck you, that's not fair. And then I was like, that's bullshit. I want to fucking platinum too. Because, I have a big thing for trophies sometimes. Not as much as I used to, though, because like back then it was pretty horrid, where I would just play games I just do not like, just to get as much trophies as I possibly could. Now, typically, sometimes I would just end there and just let it be. Depending on the game, of course. But yeah, back then it was pretty rough doing that to myself. Again, not every game I do it to, but there was a good amount. And nowadays, it's kind of changed into like just finishing my backlog. Like, I do not like Prototype 1 at all. However, I did beat it. It was okay. Final boss sucked. Other than that, yeah, the bosses mostly suck. Prototype 2 just feels a bit better. Yeah, back to Jak. So, Lost Frontier and Daxter I never grew up with. I only ever grew up with the Ratchet PSP games. I always wanted to get Daxter. My other younger brother, he had Daxter, and I don't remember if I played it or not, but it took me a while to get versions of those games, which Daxter's only PSP only. Well, you can get on Vita, but it's only really PSP only, which sucks. I never got a PS2 version of it. The other 3 games, however, did. And Daxter was made by Ready at Dawn, which I believe are the same people that made God of War PSP games. So, and Chain Olympus is a pretty good game. And Ghost Spark's alright, but I definitely like Chains a lot. So nowadays I do have Daxter, and it's pretty okay. I haven't beaten it yet, but it's pretty okay. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty nice handheld Daxter game. Like, there's not much I can really say more than just like, yeah, it's okay. It's pretty cool. And then Lost Frontier, like, I know a lot of people really hate Lost Frontier, and I understand that. I have the PS2 version, actually. And I played it a while ago, and I thought, like, that's okay. And then I dropped it for a while, and then they decided to add it to PlayStation Plus just recently, and I'm like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, I'm going to go through it. And they added the PSP version of it, which is not a big deal. Like, it still feels pretty okay, honestly. It doesn't feel that bad. And, sorry, I'm just thinking, like, this is a game that came out before, like, trophies were a fucking thing. Jesus Christ. Before everything got ruined in the gaming industry, I guess. So, yeah, Lost Frontier, like, I played it again, like, recently, and I'm like, oh, that's not that bad. But then I kept crashing on the PlayStation Plus version of it. I'm like, oh, fuck this. I'll go play my PS2 copy. And I got to, like, a level now that I'm just not having fun with, and now I'm starting to kind of see it. But I still would argue that Lost Frontier is okay enough. I think I'm on the missile mission where you have to shoot down the turrets to get Daxter on the missiles to fire them back. And there's like 3 of these fucking things, and they destroy me really fast, and I can't go back and upgrade. So I'm kind of locked out, and I have to fight as best as I possibly can to kick their asses. It sucks. So yeah, that's mostly my history with Jak. I played him when I was a teen. Same thing with Ratchet. I got into Ratchet because it wasn't even because of my friend. He gave me the old Ratchets, but my first Ratchet was playing TOD at a Walmart kiosk demo thing, and I was like, oh, this game's fucking cool. Because at the time, I never played Ratchet. I never even heard of it. And then I was like, oh, fuck, I want a Ratchet game. And I looked up, like, Ratchet games, and I'm like, oh, I can get the one on PSP. And then I did, and I got Size Matters, and I loved it. And then I bought Secret Agent Clank, and I fucking hated it. Which is funny because nowadays, it's the complete opposite. I actually prefer Secret Agent Clank. I still think the levels in Secret Agent Clank are ugly as shit, but I will argue that, at least in my opinion, I feel like Secret Agent does a better job at being more of an interesting PSP title. Because, like, Size Matters is just, it is theoretically just Ratchet on the go, But there's something odd about it too, you know. There's something there about it that just kind of, it's a little bit off-putting about it. I don't know how to explain it. Well, there's that fucking one girl, like the main boss villain thing, or whatever. Basically, the tractor fight. That fight is just horrid. You gotta start the entire thing over from the beginning. Even like phase 2 shit, you gotta start from like phase 1, I think. Shit's irritating, but yeah, I don't know. There's something about Size Matters that just feels off. Like, it doesn't feel like a very good Ratchet and Clank game. But, like, it is a Ratchet and Clank game. Maybe it's, I don't know, it's kind of slow. It could be because I'm not playing it on PSP, which I do actually now have on Vita. I have that one, but not Secret Agent. But I do have both of them on PS2, just for the fuck of it, because, well, I never did have it. Also, it's weird using R1 to long jump. I'm so used to playing Jak 2 and 3 now that, like, having a long jump button on R1 is fucking weird. That's my gun button. And I just recently found out that you can put your guns away in Jak 3. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't know about that. And I guess there's also this thing, too, that I didn't know about either, where you could do, like, a head bash thing and do, like, a jump straight after. And I was like, oh, fuck, that's cool. Anyway, so, back on topic. Yeah, I don't know why, but Secret Agent Clank just feels like it just wants to be something different, and it at least did it. And that's where I think I can kind of give it credit and respect for, because at least it was not trying to be directly a Ratchet and Clank game. I mean, it is, for what it's worth, a Clank game, but the whole stealth mechanic, now that I'm older, like, I appreciate games that have stealth mechanics, because, like, when I was a kid, again, going back to kid situations, I was a weird, picky bastard about things. I didn't really like stealth games much. My cousin, he was into, like, Metal Gear Solid, and he was also into Assassin's Creed and shit. And at the time, I'm like, I don't really care for these games. They're kind of just whatever. Although Assassin's Creed, you know, did look kind of cool back then, but nowadays, I just, I don't know. It sucks, like, when you want to play a game when you're young, and then you never do. And then you get it when you're an adult, and you're like, ugh, I don't really want to play this. That's Assassin's Creed for me. That's how that turned out. As I bought the first one, I was like, I don't really give a shit about this. Although I will argue that Black Flag was pretty good. And I did actually have the DS one. And I remember that one being kind of cool. But I was also pretty young at the time, so my opinions on games are still pretty weak. So weak, in fact, that I sold Devil May Cry 4 Vanilla because of the simple fact that it didn't have trophies at the time. It had in-game achievements, which, you know, the Xbox version had achievements, and so did Silent Hill Homecoming. Which, funny enough, I still actually have my copy of Silent Hill Homecoming, by the way, which is kind of ironic. But, yeah, I sold that, but not Silent Hill. It's weird. But, yeah, so... I forget. Do I have to talk to them? I don't remember if I have to talk to them to start the mission or not. I don't remember. Anyway. So... Yeah, I sold Devil May Cry 4 like a moron, and, yeah. Did I say Black Flag for Assassin's Creed was pretty alright? Yeah, it's pretty alright. Sorry, just a wave of tiredness just hit me. Fuck. But DMC4 is still pretty good, though. Oh, you guys, DMC5? Well, that's not bad. I mean, DMC5 is still pretty, it's still a pretty decent game. But, shit, I lost my train of thought again. Fuck. It's been a long day. I'm losing my brain cells. I was whining and crying about something again. Yeah, it happens. It happens to me all the time. It's just because I'm tired of shit right now. Oh yeah, I think I wanted to talk about, like, Jak 2 and why I think it's pretty cute. So something like with Jak 3, like, it's pretty obvious. Like, you know, Jak 3 added like a whole bunch of guns and stuff, basically 12 versus the 4 that Jak 2 had. And then, like, when you go back to play Jak 2, you're kind of thinking to yourself, like, oh man, you know, kind of wish Jack 2 had more guns, which is fair. You know, that's something I wish too. But after playing Jack 2 again recently, I kind of came across the opinion of like, you know, maybe it didn't really need it. Like every gun feels Oh yeah, that's right. Like every gun just kind of feels relatively good in Jack 2. Like everything just kind of works really well. Because like you get the scatter gun first, and you know you get those missions where you have like very up close and personal enemies and what have you running around. And then it's like, you know, you go for that punch shoot combo thing, and it works wonders. And then eventually you get the blaster, and it's like it's nice for using against like, you know, metalheads from far distance and stuff, and just, well, you know, of course range things in general, no doubt, but the missions they give you kind of seem to, what am I trying to think? The missions they give you, like with metalheads later on, like it definitely seems like they want you to use blaster, and like the missions they give you, you know, at the beginning is like definitely scattergun. Oh, I'm trying to find the last dragonfly thing again. Forgot what the damn thing was. I just played this like not that long ago too, like a little bit of it not that long ago. Just mainly Sandover, and I'm already forgetting shit. And we can always come back for it. Let's just head up to Sentinel Beach or something. I can double check up here real quick. But anyway, so back to the guns, and then like you get the Vulcan. It's like a nice, decent crowd control weapon. Like, yeah, it does go through ammo pretty damn fast, which sucks. But other than that, like, it's still pretty. It's pretty good for like when you finally. Oh, there it is. I think that's the last one. That counts for Sentinel. God damn it. Yeah, I can't really talk much about the Vulcan. Like, I'm not like the biggest fan of the Vulcan, so I can't really exactly 100% accurately say like how good it is. I'm not a professional at doing that, but I would still say, like, you know, I would assume that the missions they give you, you know, kind of reflects it. And then Peacemaker, of course, is, well, you know, big giant wipe out everything gun, kind of, sort of. Wipe out enough enemies, and, you know, the pacing of which you get those guns is pretty nice too, because like you don't get new guns for like a while, typically. And then like you go play 3, and then you get scattergun. You know, the first thing you get is like scattergun. Then immediately, if you're skipping cutscenes, you'll eventually just end up getting the blaster almost like immediately right after. And then you will eventually get the wave concussor, I think, after that. Which, the wave concussor, in my opinion, is slightly better than the scattergun itself. By merit of, like, AoE. But yeah, I do feel like scattergun gets outclassed really fast. As you get blaster, you know, really early in that game. You get guns pretty damn quick in that game. Even powers, like, hell, I think you get, if I remember correctly, which is funny because, you know, I'm talking about forgetting shit. Like, I just beat Jack 3, like, I think last weekend. By beating, I mean, like, you know, beating again just for the heck of it, just for the fun of it. I could have sworn that you get, like, your first couple of light powers almost, like, one after the other. Well, not exactly directly, but I think there's, like, a mission or two apart. And it's like, god damn, game. And I know you don't get the wings until, like, way later in the game. But even though, like, Jack 2 is considerably a lot harder, I still feel like the weapons were put there and where you get them, like, on purpose. They definitely feel like a nice, big reward, even though there's, like, not much guns, technically speaking. And I kind of like that aspect. And then on top of that, like, the whole being aggressive playstyle thing that Jack 2 had, where you go for a punch and then you would shoot your gun at the same time, or right after a punch or whatever, or kick, and it would just launch the shot almost immediately right after. And sometimes, like, for the scattergun, it wouldn't completely get rid of cocking it, but it would, I think, make cocking it faster or something like that. And then for the blaster, that one's pretty obvious. Like, it makes it into like a burst gun for a bit, which is pretty cool. Vulcan just skips a wind up, and I haven't really used Peacemaker much. I haven't beaten Jack 2 in a while either, so there's that. But I would assume it probably gets rid of the wind up on that thing too. Gotta try it out, but that was pretty cool. And then, of course, you know, again, going back to 3, the fuck, going back to 3, you know, I have all these weapons, so they pretty much do. They had the same thing too, where, you know, the whole aggressive playstyle benefiting you. I don't know why, but Daxter jumping there was always kind of funny to me for some reason. I also like how Daxter, in my opinion, he never became annoying or really like super unfunny. Like usually Daxter's pretty funny. Like even still now, like I don't know, I still find him quite a humorous character. I think they did a pretty good job with that though, honestly. And then even like in Jak 2 and such, where, you know, Jak obviously becomes a lot more dark and edgy, he still retains a lot of his humor to it, which definitely kind of helps with the new world that you're in. With how dark and gritty it all of a sudden is. Also, I do want to make note real quick that I don't know how long this stream will be. I mean, I usually like streaming for like anywhere from like an hour and a half to 2 hours. It's just a thing I do. I don't know. I'm just kind of just playing Jak 1 just for the hell of it. Well, mainly because like I have a physical copy again now, and it's like, you know, why not? Fudge it. Surprised Jak's not coming back for air. There it is. One thing I've always not liked about Jak 1 is the underwater orbs. That and how, like, orbs are just kind of harder to see unless you get closer to them, which sucks, but, you know, that's just the norm for platformers. You can't really exactly blame the game fully on that. Nah, I should name this game Playing Glimbo. That's what I probably should call the title. We're playing Glimbo. Glimbo 3. Something I guess I could say that's kind of like slightly depressing to talk about, I guess, is the major lack of partner sidekick buddy platformer games. Oh, I'm talking about Smiling Friends joke. Yeah, they had a PS1 character show up. I think his name's called Glimbo. It's pretty funny. They did a pretty good job at animating him though too, because they actually gave him like dithering and stuff. And I was like, damn, they really went to work on him. It's a pretty decent episode. I like it. I think it's pretty funny. Yeah, anyway, so like something that I think that kind of sucks that I miss is definitely the whole sidekick era of games like Banjo-Kazooie, Jak, Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, which I guess there probably wasn't that many of them, but still, like, you know, these double duo partner platformer things. One thing I was talking about recently was like how we keep getting a bunch of, you know, PS1, 64 style games and stuff, indie games specifically, and something that I would like to see, which I don't know how hard it would be to probably do, would be I'd like to see somebody try making like a PS2 game. I don't know, like I want it to look close to like what a PS2 game could look like. Make it a PS2 hack and slash, because we don't got enough of those. I want more. I know PS2's dead, but still. It'd just be kind of cool seeing like somebody at least try that on instead of just doing you know, the same 64 PS1, which I don't mind those, you know. I would love to see more of those, of course. I just think it'd be kind of cool seeing PS2 get some. And shit, it'd be crazy if somebody decided to make a Wii game, which I think Just Dance, like, still I think is made on the Wii. Actually, now that I think about it. At least it was for a while. They might have stopped now. I don't know. I don't remember. Oh yeah, I know I was gonna say it earlier. So yeah, I'm not exactly 100% sure on how long I'm gonna do this for, but the main thing I want to talk about is like whether or not I'm gonna 100%, which I don't know. Depends on like how long it takes, I guess. If it takes me more than like 2 hours, I probably just won't. Just cause. I got a few other things I would like to do today as well. And, you know, I'm not like a big streamer guy type, so this is kind of a little bit out of the norm for me. Somewhat a little bit out of my comfort zone, even though I've done this stuff before. What's going on, Maple Donkey? How you doing? Yeah, even though I've done this stuff for years, just content creation, I guess, but still kind of different than what I'm used to. All right, here comes the fun. Here comes the fun one. Chasing this one down before the damn pelican gets it. Oh, you got recommended it. That's damn all right. Oh shit! I mean, hey, you know, welcome to the stream. I like Jak and Daxter as well. I was talking about it earlier, but I think I've come to the conclusion that I think Jak 3 is my favorite. Like, I used to think that Jak 1 was my favorite because I used to play it a lot, and then I've kind of come around to just liking Jak 3 a lot nowadays. And then I think I forgot to mention it, but Jak X, like I said earlier, my brother was playing it. He got the platinum, and I got jealous, and I'm like, fuck you, I want that. And then I went for it, and I ended up actually liking Jak X a lot. I didn't play Jak X until the PS4 version. Where am I going? What am I doing this for? Yeah, I kind of missed out on the PS2 version of it a long time ago. Unfortunately. Ooh, what's that? I'm curious. Got my curiosity piqued. Piqued content. Did I miss everything? Did I get everything? No. Damn it. It's always the damn scout flies. Yeah, I'm curious. Oh, I know where to go now. I remember now. Well, first of all, there's this one. Then we're gonna get up to that rocket guy. Not rocket guy, cannon guy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Alright, where is... Duh. I keep thinking, like, where's the damn... Wait a minute, hold on. I think I fucked up, guys. I think I forgot. Voice the Gamp... Brian Peck. Wait a minute. Isn't Brian Peck the same guy that worked at Nickelodeon? With Dan Schneider? That sounds very familiar. That's the one? Holy shit. What the fuck? Wait, so he voiced the gambler? Hold on, what the... Oh, shit. Oh. That's a surprise. That truly is an unfun fact. I'm kidding, I find it hilarious. I don't know, but yeah, that... Damn, okay, wow. Yeah, unironically, that's crazy. And you know what's even more weird is the fact that everybody was running around with, you know, without shoes on, which, you know, kind of works together with Dan Schneider, right? So, I think it was just kind of like a precursor, one might say, to the events that will unfold. Sorry, I make weird, dark jokes from time to time. But yeah, I forgot to do Forbidden Jungle's Blue Eco thing. So, oops. Yeah, it shows my knowledge of this game that I used to play. Like I said, it's been a while since I played it fully. Or even, like, past Sandover Village. So, it's kind of my fault. I wish that explained why Daxter turned to an console. Oh, wait. I thought they... I think the only explanation for... Oh, okay. Yeah, I have no idea, honestly. All I remember was, like, they said something about, like, Dark Eco just affected him. But yeah, we never got a conclusive answer as to why. If I had to take a wild guess, and this is just, you know, shooting up my ass, so nothing specific, I would just wager a guess because he's the sidekick, so therefore he get thing, you know. Because he worked with Jak, so therefore he also cool as well. I don't know. It's hard to explain. And of course, you know, you get Dark Daxter and Lost Frontier, so there's that. Yeah, I do. I really honestly wish we could get a Jak 4, but we never did. It sucks. I know they wanted to make one, I think. And from what it looked like, they wanted to make it more of like a future version of it. It's the best game of the... See, the thing is, like, I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or if you're being right, because I actually don't mind Lost Frontier, but I know a lot of people do not like that game at all. For me personally, I don't mind. I don't think it's that bad. I'm just going to assume you're not being sarcastic. I mean, I really don't hate it that much. There's some parts of it that I don't really like, but I mean, there's parts of everything I don't like. So, I mean, you know, it just kind of happens. That's fair. That's better for it. Basically, you're kind of leaving it like the ending of The Killing Joke, where it's just completely ambiguous. You'll never get an answer. Just come up with something yourself. Which, unironically, I do actually kind of like endings like that, personally. Which is funny, because my dad, you know, when he watched The Killing Joke, he's like, that fucking sucked. That ending fucking sucked. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, what the fuck happened? You're not supposed to know. That's kind of the point. It's supposed to keep you, like, asking questions, you know, in the future and stuff. How am I playing this? Oh, just PS2. Just physically, PS2. PS2 Slim, to be more specific. I think. Pretty sure, yeah. I mean, it's like the newest of it. I mean, I do have Jak 1 on, like, you know, 3 and 4, but I got my... I bought some physical copies again, just because, you know, I got rid of them when I was a kid. I kind of want to get it back. Which, I mean, I got them all now, but, you know. Still missing Ratchet 2, though. Which, getting that one soon. Shit. Small fun fact, but, God damn it. I actually... whenever you collect, you know, the 200 pounds of fish, I actually say that line sometimes a bit often in the real world. Like, that's one of my strangely favorite lines. Not emulator or open goal? Oh, no, yeah. It's just straight on PS2. I don't know. I'm kind of more of like the... I kind of like authentic feeling things. I can't believe I missed 4. I usually miss, like, maybe 1. Well, speaking of, Lost Frontier and, I guess, emulation stuff, but, since it came on PS Plus, I mean, I have it on PS2 as well, but, like, it came on PS Plus, and I played it that way, to get some trophies and shit. And then I get to, like... Oh, damn it, what's that area? It's like this rocky area where you're flying around. It just keeps crashing on me, so I got pissed off. Went back to playing the 2 version. Playing a widescreen is very brave. For me, I don't really care either way. As long as I get to play it, I don't give a shit. Yeah, that line right there, like the, you know, you did it, you collected 200 pounds of fish, is something I always say. The game's alright, but it's no Ultimate Muscle Legend versus New Generation for Nintendo GameCube. I never played that, so I don't know. I will take your word for it. I do actually kind of want to get into Ultimate Muscle, though, not gonna lie. I do think it's a pretty cool series I never got into, unfortunately, back when I was young. Kiri Kumin, I think it's called in Japanese, I think. Hold on, I'm getting lost again. I mean, I have a pretty good idea where I'm going, but, you know, my dumb ass is, forgetting where I've been, where I'm going to. I'm not going to look forward to getting to, Misty Bog. I'm not going to lie, I think that actually is a game. I think there might have even been one on like on the Game Boy, because I remember like I think Ultimate Muscle had a few good amount of games. I think. Speaking of GameCube games, one GameCube I would like to play is Star Fox Assault. I only ever played like the demo of it and thought it was cool when I was young, and never got to experience it fully. So maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. I don't know. That's for me to find out one day. Better find a copy of the damn thing. Yeah, I am not looking forward to Misty Bog at all. Nah, don't matter. I am 29. I'm a pretty damn old fart. Multiplayer Jack and Daxter? I mean, that would be cool. You mean like Jack 1? Or you just mean like, you know, like Jack 3 and stuff with guns? Because I was going to say, like, I mean, Jack had multiplayer on Jack X, but, you know, that's, of course, the racing game of it, so. You know what I want to see? I want to see Ratchet, Jack, and Sly get a game again, but this time not PlayStation Heroes. Like, I want to see them, like, get their own, like, full thing. I mean, yeah, it might not be that old, which, I mean, really isn't. But, some days I kind of wonder if it is, sometimes I don't. But I've definitely played, I've definitely been around on this earth for quite a while to play a lot of things. But definitely Jack 1 because open world. Yeah, I could see that. We're not going to make it like a battle royale, are we? PlayStation Heroes 2 Electric Sidekicks. There you go, yeah. Have, like, you get to play as Clank, Daxter, and Bentley. Actually, I think you probably could play them in the original one, couldn't you? I don't know. I never got a chance to play that one because I didn't have a PlayStation Move. I always kind of wanted one because I always wanted to play Resistance and Killzone with the sharpshooter thing, the gun. I always thought that sounded kind of cool. Sounded kind of key. Already been out that way, technically. I'll go do the mirror thing later. Let's just head inside the temple real quick. Get that over with. One thing I do kind of like about this game, though, is the fact that, like, it is a bit open-ended for, like, missions and such. Like, you could just kind of just, you know, dick around, kind of go wherever you want, sort of. Like, it's not, like, full-on, you know, like Witcher 3 or anything like that, but I like the way the levels are laid out. You can just pick and choose to do things. It's kind of nice. And they don't have, like, an episodic thing like, you know, Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine did, which, ugh. Mario Sunshine's, like, forced 7 episodes for every world sucks. I don't hate Sunshine, but I just don't like having to play at least 7 of those damn shines. Even though there's, like, not that many worlds. Which, I mean, would be nice if we had more, but it is what it is. And I fucked up. Cool. One thing I want to see is I want to see another Jack, like just straight up sequel Jack 4. I want to see a Sly 5, and I want to see like another Ratchet. I know we just got ripped apart, but I want another one. Goddammit, I don't want to wait like 6 years for another one. Can I see this game as a spiritual Crash Bandicoot 4? It's an expansion of what came before. Also see Ratchet and Clank and Spyro. Yeah, Spyro 4 as well would be nice. Oh, you mean? Oh wait. Sorry, I misread that. You mean Ratchet as Spyro for it? Yeah. Because, like, the thing, like, you know, with Jack, at the time, like, I mean, the thing that they knew really well how to do was platformers, so it's like, I mean, you know, why not make something they're kind of familiar with? And then, of course, I'm sure you know, but, you know, after that, they were looking at, like, you know, what do kids like nowadays? Oh, okay, GTA, and then, there you go, boom, Jack 2. And then here we are. Down in, like, you know, Uncharted and Last of Us and stuff like that. I'm still kind of pissed off that Amy Hennig got fucking thrown out or left. Because of a certain Neil Cuckman that came in and ruined everything. But, you know, Which, by the way, I do actually like Last of Us 1. I'm not going to lie. I actually like Last of Us 1. I thought it was pretty good. And I like Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 specifically. Not a big fan of 4, though. Loved Uncharted 3 multiplayer. Back in the day. Too bad that's fucking gone. I know we have Uncharted 4, but, like, it's not the same. It's still pretty okay, but it's not the same. Oh god, I just remember the spider caves. Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably not gonna, like, beat this in one stream. Just because. I'm just kind of here to, you know, play, have a little bit of fun. Just get to play some Jak 1, just for the heck of it. Haven't done it in a while. Or fully in a while. You don't care for The Last of Us? That's fine. Like I said, I mean, I like 1. I technically haven't played 2, but it was just okay. Yeah. My main problem with it is, well, if I start talking about it, I'm probably going to go into, like, a big rant about modern gaming again, which I seem to do, like, in every stream and every video I make, but, basically, it's just a whole, like, walking, talking simulator shit I don't like. Like what they did to my God of Wars. Which Ragnarok was okay. It's better than 4. For God of War, at least. But that still does not save it completely. I definitely like Ragnarok a lot more than 4. That's for sure. And then for like Uncharted 4 and then Lost Legacy, just, I don't know, man, like, it was pretty clear that the directions were different. I think God of War PS4 is a great game. It's just not as good at, it's just not a good God of War game. Yeah, that's fair. Same goes for Ragnarok. See, like, I like Ragnarok a lot better. Because I feel like with 4, it just kind of felt like half of a game with how they, you know, ended everything. And then we had to wait for Ragnarok to come out, so, yeah. My favorite God of War, if I had to pick one. See, back then, I would always say God of War 1. Because that's just how I always was. Was always like, first impressions for like a first of a new franchise for me was always, good. But the new games took away that made the old games special. Yeah. Mainly for me, like, I know the new games have combos and stuff, but I don't know, I kind of miss the, what's the word? Basically, like, the fixed camera thing going on and all that. I'm not a fan of the over-the-shoulder, except for, like, Resident Evil and stuff. I kind of like in those. I just kind of miss, like, the classic, launcher combos and shit. And the puzzles and the platforming and just the atmosphere of God of War 1, especially for me. But yeah, if I had to pick a favorite, shit, this is hard. Part of me wants to say 1 still, but like, I don't know, like 2 is really good, and Chains of Olympus is really good. I like Chains a lot. It's not like Metroid and Metroid Prime thing. Prime kept literally everything, but just changed the perspective. God of War PS4 changed too much from RPG mechanics to armor. The biggest part about God of War 4 that I know I keep talking about the things that we're bringing up, but like basically things that you just said. But yeah, the armor thing, like that was a big thing I didn't really care much for because it just kind of became a little too much for it. It just kind of felt like after a while the stats didn't matter nearly as much. It just became kind of like number go up slightly. There you go. And I kind of want more than just that, I guess. I don't know. I'm not good at explaining things. But speaking of Metroid is my favorite Nintendo IP. And at least with Metroid Prime 1, they definitely made Metroid like first person, and they did a pretty damn good job. I don't like Phazon Mines, but, for the rest of it, they did a pretty damn good job at doing Metroid. And then, funny enough, like, I didn't like Prime 2 for, like, the longest time. And then now, when I was recently going back through it, it started to kind of click, and I was like, oh, okay, now I'm seeing it. Because, like, Metroid Prime 2, I feel like, you know, it's not exactly Metroid at that point anymore. Like, I don't know, the levels just, they feel much different. Like, they're going for something way different. And, you know, I respect that. I kind of like it. Because, like, you know, the levels in Metroid Prime 1, of course, being, you know, fire, ice, phase on, that kind of thing. And then, like, with Prime 2, it just, well, yeah, light and dark, but I don't know, it felt like a different type of adventure than just a regular Metroid game. At least in my personal opinion, which is completely wrong, by the way, so, you know, don't listen to what I have to say. I spout off wrong opinions all the time. Like, when it comes to Spyro, for example, Spyro 1's my favorite of the original 3. And then when it comes to Crash, like, it used to be Crash 2, but then that changed to Crash 1 for some odd reason. I don't know why, I got really good at playing Crash 1. I say that, in the last time I streamed it, I rage quit, but... But for a while, I got pretty decent at, like, 100%ing Crash 1. I was like, I love this game. This game's awesome. And honestly, if I had to be, like, completely honest with, like, what I think could potentially be the best Crash we have, it might be a stretch, but I feel like Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled might potentially be that because of the amount of content that you get and just the skill that you can learn from it and all that. Had a lot of good stuff to it. And speaking of Crash 4, I honestly like Wrath of Cortex. Honestly. I don't mind Wrath of Cortex. I tend to, oddly enough, like games that people just kind of hate on. Weirdly enough. And then when it came to Crash 4, It's About Time, when I first played it, I'm like, ugh, I don't like this. Like, ugh, it's not the same. Like, I just don't really care for it. And then I got good, and well, I say good, I got better at the game, and then all of a sudden it just kind of changed everything. I'm like, oh, you know what? I actually kind of like Crash 4, the new one. It's kind of cool. It's got some pretty good platforming to it. Because one of my main complaints at the time was no upgrades. Like, you were just stuck with double jump. But then it just became kind of like, oh, you know what? Double jump is really all you need, really. I mean, you know, you get the masks, which gives you tornado and time stop and all that stuff. So it works out. But yeah, it took me a bit to kind of really like that one. And then speaking of other platformers, I really love Donkey Kong Country. Absolutely love me some DKC. It's something I actually play with my brother quite often. Which is funny because we haven't really done I don't think I've ever done a co-op Donkey Kong with him on my channel. Like, we usually just play it like offline just because we just play like DKC 1, 2, or 3 and just play for a couple hours, beat it, and then move on. What's some other shitty opinions I have? I don't mind Sonic 06 until you get to play Silver. That's something to go off on. I mean, I'm not like a big fan of the Mach Speed sections either, but like, they're alright. And Project 06 at least did a hell of a good job updating it. So that's fair. Yeah, I did not like the Silver stuff much. Or even the Last World stuff. I remember in my Let's Play, but that really pissed me off. I remember getting stuck on Silver's part of it and just completely hating it. And I was like, okay, now I see it. Yeah, I'm the guy on the internet that's basically just known for bad taste. Although, well, I'm not very known anyway, but still. If I was more popular, I'm pretty sure that's what everybody would say. Just kidding. God damn, I hate catching this fucking thing. And so does Dax too, apparently, so, yeah. Oh yeah, I also, I like Secret Agent Clank more than I like Size Matters. So there's that. I used to actually not like Secret Agent as much. I used to like Size Matters a lot more for Ratchet. And then, I don't know, I just got older and I'm like, you know what, I kind of like the idea of the stealth mechanics in this game. I think they're kind of cool. One thing I can tell you that I don't like, though, is I'm not a big fan of the new South Park game. Which, again, you know, I also like the 64 ones. Ugh. Yeah. Oof. No, I unironically like them. I grew up with them and I thought they were pretty fun. That's partly why, I guess. But, like, I don't know, the new one just, not for me. And I heard it's going to be like a live service game, so I'm like, okay, you know what, I put in my $30, I'm out. Speaking of $30, which, I don't know if I really want to spend 60 on this, but, I've never bought in Splatoon 3 yet. And I've been itching and craving to want to get it. I know, it's been like 2-3 years now, and it's like, I still haven't even bought Splatoon 3. Like, what the fuck's wrong with me? But, I don't know, I just, not a big multiplayer type guy. Well, online multiplayer type guy. I'm more so like a local multiplayer type. I much prefer just, you know, having friends over and play fighting games together or something. Or some COD or whatever. I forgot that Red Eco was even a thing. Well, I mean, Red Eco does come back in Lost Frontier. So, there's that, which, you know, I kind of like. I actually unironically like the idea of the Eco in Lost Frontier. By the way, no sarcasm when I say that. Not on my end. I'm being genuinely honest. Like, I actually like the Eco powers. I think they're kind of key. Speaking of games that I need to... Well, I don't think it's anything. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but, I guess new topic starting now, apparently. Games that I would like to play that I did before, but didn't give much of a chance to. Which I guess is just going to be one game in this criteria anyway. Vex. Yeah, when my friend was giving away his games back then, which is how I got Jak and Rat... Well, the old Jaks, and then how I got the old Ratchets. When he was getting rid of his PS2. He had a copy of Vex. And then I remember playing Vex, like, after I played Jak and Ratchet. Which at the time, I already played Ratchet before I had the PS2 once, because, you know, I'm a loser like that. Same thing with Devil May Cry. I actually played Devil May Cry 4 before I ever played the older ones. One time, oh, so on. I flubbed up already. One time, me and my older bro played Mario 64 split Joy-Cons. Trying to BLJ up the looping stairs. Nice. So wait, if you guys played with like a single Joy-Con... No, wait. Did you... Wait, you mean like you used like a shared controller, basically? Oh god, that'd be a pain in the ass. Like, basically one person is holding the control stick while the other one's just doing the jump. But speaking of which, if you're playing on Switch, I think they got rid of the BLJ thing, didn't they? If I remember correctly, like they... It's like the Japanese version. Oh god, yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, that sounds cool and all, but like, holy shit. That'd be hell of a feat. Feet. Oh yeah, I forgot I have to actually shoot these myself. You did do it? Wait, what the hell? I could have sworn that that's the one that like they took it out, but maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. I have no idea. Don't listen to an old fart who's got no idea what he's talking about anymore. It was hell. I bet. Did you guys end up getting Joy-Con drift after doing it? Oh, even worse. Try doing it with Joy-Con drift. That should be like a speedrun category. Super Mario 64, 2 players at the same time, 2 Joy-Cons. Wait, why does that sound familiar when I say that? Just 2 guys hanging out. Oh, you had it? Oh, okay. Oh. 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 Damn. Yeah, you should, should definitely make that like a speedrun category thing. Like, you should upload to speedruns live. Sorry, the stream's got, like, chat delay. So, like, if I start talking about something and then it's just not in reference to whatever, it's because I'm dumb and I go on topics a lot. Nah, that's fine. I'm just being weird. Ow, fuck. Yeah, I just like to talk, that's all. I just never shut up. Which is perfect for being a YouTuber. Which is, I guess, somewhat partly why I became a YouTuber, I guess, in some way, shape, or form. Well, in all technicality, like, I actually started YouTube because, oh, you're the same? Nice. Alright. Well, welcome aboard. Because, yeah, when I'm here, you know, away from the outside world, it's just like, all of a sudden, it's like, I can just start, you know, flapping my yap. Just start running my Cap'n Crunch, oops, all berries pie hole, you know? As some might say. You know, it's funny, I was talking about, like, I don't want to do Misty Bog, and here I am. It's like, it's not that bad, it's just... It's kind of long, ain't it? Kind of a little long, ain't it? Get along, little doggy. Yeah, like I was saying, like, I tend to go on, like, too many topics at once and then just completely forget. Or confuse, like, what people were saying, like, to something I was saying to earlier. And I'm like, what? I don't know what you're talking about. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, I remember what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, so Vex. Sorry, I know there's something else I was talking about, but give me a minute. Worst cereal? Cap'n Crunch as a whole, or just that variety of it? Yeah, when it comes to, real quick, I'm just gonna say this. When it came to Vex, like, the thing I didn't like about it, ironically enough, was because I had a long jump and a high jump. I'm like, that's copying up Ratchet and Clank. All of them? Damn. All right. I kind of like Cap'n Crunch. I'm a pissy baby. I don't really eat cereal much anyway, to be fair. I haven't done that in a while. I haven't done that in a while. Wait a minute. This is back at the beginning again. God damn it. Sorry. I'm sorry, bro. Please. Don't hate on me. Hey, man, take it easy on me. I'm just a little guy. I'm just a little guy. You know, I'm just a little guy. You wouldn't hit a little guy with glasses on, would you? I'm just a little guy, a little man. Man, I just remember... Okay, so the other topic I was going to talk about, actually, before I completely forgot what it was. My inspiration for starting a YouTube channel... Well, I mean, I had one before, but, like, what made me become a Let's Player, funny enough, was actually Chugga Conroy. Which I think everybody has said that at some point or another. Like, it was definitely Chugga that started it. And then back then, I didn't do Let's Plays on my own channel until, like, I think 2012. So, yeah, it's not really that old, I guess, for Let's Play-wise. I've had the channel since, I think, like, 2008, 2009. Something like that. Because, funny enough, like, the numbers Mason, the 1497, that's how old me and my brothers were at the time. I was 14, and they were 9 and 7, respectively. So, fun little bit of Turd Monkey trivia, I guess you could say. That not many people might know. Possibly. I'm going the wrong way again. Goddamn. I'm going the right way, but I'm going the wrong way to get to the right way. Because I'm being silly. But anyway, so yeah, I didn't do Let's Plays first on my channel. I did them on my friend's channel, which those videos are gone. He privated all of them for some fucking bizarre, unknown reason. I don't know. You have to ask him about that because I have no idea why he would. But either way, like we did that. I think our first thing was like Minecraft and then Kirby Superstar. And we just recently, well, not recently, like a few months back, finally beat Superstar. And we beat it on his channel. Which, thank God. It's taken us years to just want to do that. It's taken, way too long. And then after beating it, I'm like, you know what? I really don't really care much for Superstar anymore. I did when I was a kid, but now I'm like, nah. I like Squeak Squad. I like Squeak Squad a lot. Which is funny, because, like, in all technicality, I end up actually liking the single-player Kirby's more than the multiplayer ones for some odd reason. Also, just me, or is this game darker than it's supposed to be? I don't know why, it just looks dark. Maybe it's because, it's gotta be the Elgato. Most likely. Alright. Here comes my somewhat not so favorite part of the game. It's because I'm terrible. Terrible shot. There we go. Nice. So the thing is, I can either jump down there right now and go deal with that shit, or I could... Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Might as well go get it now, because I don't think these things respawn, though. I don't think the boxes respawn. The crates. I don't remember. Damn it. Come here. Yeah, what I need to go do is I need to go do the Big Gay Owl's Big Gay Boat Ride thing in this level. Not looking forward to that one. It's not that bad, but I just don't want to do it. Hell, I don't want to do the I forget what it's called. Wait a minute. I don't think we can do this right now anyway, can we? Because I think we need to talk to Kira first, right? Shit. Well, whatever. That guy's gone. No, Big Gay Al. Big Gay Al. Like A-L from South Park. Oops. Yeah, I'm terrible at talking. Pronunciating or enunciating. It's Big Al's Big A Boat Ride. Samesies? Yeah. I feel you on that one. It's funny because, like, I get, you know, angry. Well, I get irritated when people, like I can't understand what they're saying. As in, like, you know, not like if they're, like, of a different language or whatever. I'm talking about, like, just specifically if they're just mumbling and shit. I'm like, I can't understand you. And then, like, I do the same thing, and it's like, okay, yeah. Bit of a hypocrite there, I guess. Honestly, it's weird. The vehicles in I'm about to say Crash. The vehicles in Jak 1 actually control really nice. And then for some reason, I feel like the way they control in, like, Jak 2 and 3, just, they feel a lot harder to control, a lot harder to maintain. Especially in Jak 3 when you're in the desert. I just go flying everywhere. It could be because I'm bad. I mean, you know, that could be, but we're taking that option out. We're just going to pretend like that's not true. Because I am totally good at Jak, I promise. But no, I keep fucking up my words here. When you get to Jak X, I think they did a fantastic job with the cars there. Even though the game, I would still admit, is slightly, you know, a little difficult here and there. I still think it's a pretty good difficulty. A pretty reasonable one. Unlike in some of the missions with Jak 2, where they're just really tight. With, you know, time limits and stuff. Some of them get really, really irritating. Also, I think this is going to be where most of the precursor orbs are at. Not Power cells. Fuck. Yeah, Jack fan right here, huh? Surely. Yeah. Whatever, Kira. I don't care. I don't care right now. I'm not done yet. I ain't done yet. Bitch. Nice. That might be all of them in this world. I don't know. Well, I mean, we still gotta go, like, to Sandover to give, the little furry critter. Yeah, we gotta go get the muse back, so that should be in. Can't talk because your brain got fucked? Oh. Damn. So, like, just like, you know, like brain damage type thing? Oh, it's not that bad? Okay. I was kind of worried there for a second. I'm like, oh, shit. Still, yeah, the fact that it's still there, yeah, that... Does it get, like, in the way? Type thing? Or is it just more like a... It kind of happens and then it's just like, oh, well, you know, you stutter now? Oh. Damn. Yeah, I would hate that. I mean, I stutter already. Just because. But if you didn't have it before, now you do that. God damn. Fumble your words a lot more? Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Alrighty. Back to fucking Sandover we go. Wait a minute. Did my game just... Oh, it's not much. Alright, well... So I guess in that case, like, it could be a lot worse, but I mean, you still have it, so, you know. Something you gotta deal with. Which sucks. Did you get, like, in a concussion or something? When you're, like, younger or whatever? I don't mean to, like, impede, I get curious. My bad. No, alright. Yeah, I didn't know whether or not I don't know. Oh yeah, I was just mainly curious as to, like, you know, I guess how it happened, I guess. That's mainly about it. Mainly all I was trying to get it. Get it. Alright, that should be the last of giving anybody precursor words for now. At least in Sandover, I think. Also, maybe I'm wrong, but I think he's got a tennis ball on his staff. I don't remember. Like, it looks like one. How do you... Yeah, that's right, triangle. I always thought it was a tennis ball, but I think it's just like some green orb thing. What the fuck is Jack looking at? Was he James Sunderland? Yeah, I still gotta go find where that damn fourth Chaos Emerald was. Damn it. How did I miss one... I'm still wondering how the hell I missed one Scout Fly of all things. Wait a minute. We gotta go do the... Ah, fuck me. I'll find it I'll find the Scout Fly eventually, but like... Ah, god damn it. I don't want to deal with the long-ass cutscenes of talking to the precursor guy. Is it up here? Like, I got the one over here. And now we gotta wait about, like, 10 minutes. Yeah. Yep, all you want. One thing I wish, if we ever... Which, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really want a remake of Jag. I mean, I wouldn't mind having, like... We already got a remaster. I know that. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It'd just be nice if we could have skippable cutscenes. That's all I want. Okay, maybe this cutscene wasn't that long as I remembered it being. Huh. Still. Still, I'm going to get pissed off and gripe about something. We got to find something to bitch about today. Yeah, after this stream, I'll probably end up, like, maybe, possibly, finally just saying screw it and actually buying Splatoon 3. I'm going to work on my other stuff before I, you know, play too much of it. Oh, there it is. Play too much of it tonight, but that's what I might do. Who knows? And who knows what the hell I'm going to do tomorrow. I know my brother's going to be here Saturday, so we can get more recording done. For those that are, you know, potentially interested in my Let's Play stuff, my Let's Play content, my Let's Play quality content, right now we're working on, like, a lot of Souls games right now. And no, I'm not talking about, like, the Maiden in Black. I'm not talking about her Dark Souls. I'm talking about, specifically, like, just the series itself. Like, we're doing Dark Souls 1 right now, which is pretty fun. I'm having a lot of fun with that one. We're doing Elden Ring. We're doing Bloodborne. We're doing Dark Souls 2. We only did, like, one episode of 2, but we'll get through it eventually. And then I guess soon or later, my brother's going to be doing his own playthrough of Sekiro. He doesn't have a... He does technically have a YouTube channel, but he doesn't do anything with it. He doesn't record anything. He's just going to play it on his own time and what have you. And then possibly sometime in, like, June, depending on if he beats Sekiro by then or not, I may or may not do a call with him. I kind of want him to finish the game first before I do it with him, just because I want him to play it on his own time, to experience it first. Which, to be fair, like, he never did get to play Dark Souls 2 by himself, but, you know, fuck, it's Dark Souls 2, right? So, it don't matter. But for Sekiro, I want him to learn how to play, because I feel like that's the type of game you kind of have to play yourself and figure it out. You gotta get the feeling of it, you know? That's a really nice game, honestly. I really like Sekiro. Like, when it first came out, I'm like, it's not Game of the Year. And then now it's like, okay, yeah, actually it was pretty good. Because I think when it came out, I believe I considered, no, those are just regular barrels. If I remember correctly, I think Bloodstained came out that year, and that was my Game of the Year. Wait a minute. No, 2019 was when Sekiro came out. 2021, I think my Game of the Year was, Metroid Dread. I always forget what my goddamn Game of the Years are. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We got out. We got lucky. Alright, we're good. So yeah, we got some content going on. Some content possibly coming up Saturday, maybe even Friday night. Because for Friday night, like, I wouldn't mind, like, him coming around and, doing some extra Elden Ring content. Alright, I think the last... Yep, there it is. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure the last of the precursor thing I need is going to be this one over here. Oh, I think it's going to be that one, sir. I tried doing an Igor for a second. I fucked it all up. Yes, master. Yes. God damn it. I don't know how to do him. I have an idea of how to do it in my head. I can't get it right. It's too embarrassing. I'm on stream right now. Alright, wow. It's going to be like an hour and 20. You know, I don't know. I might just call it a stream here. I think that's a good ending point for it. It was a pretty nice, decent stream. I just wanted to play Jack for the hell of it, just because I have it. And I'm like, you know what, I want to do another playthrough of it just because. So, yeah. This was nice. I do want to say thank you all to all that, you know, came out tonight and what have you. And sorry it ended up so early, but I usually stream for like an hour and a half to 2. It just feels like a good time length. But yes, thank you, David Wallace, for, you know, coming out. It's always great having you around. You know, always nice having people to talk to and what have you. And I don't know. When it comes to streams, I don't know if I'm like when I'm gonna stream next. Like, it's just kind of like a out there thing. Oh yeah, no problem, bro. No problem, buddy. But Fuck, hold on. Let me get my thoughts correct here. Uh, I don't know when my streaming just kind of happens when it do, and majority of my content is just like, doing let's play content and whatever. So, yeah. Anyway, hope to see you guys next time, and hopefully we get to stream some other game some other time. Who knows? If something comes across my lap and I'm like, I'll do that, or if I got like a day, I'm like, oh, I'll do it, and yeah. But other than that, again, thank you all for coming out, and have a good night and take care, everybody.